Round number 3 of the 2020 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series brings us here to Fontana, California, home of the Auto Club Speedway for today's Auto Club 400. Today, 40 of the best drivers in stock car racing will take the green flag, with William Byron on the pole for the 6th time in his Cup Series career. This is his first pole here at the Auto Club Speedway. For the 31st time in Cup Series history, they will race here on this 2-mile bumpy, rough Auto Club Speedway, which provides some of the best racing we see all year long. When these drivers are on new Goodyear tires, allowing them to fin out 3, 4, 5 wide, maybe even 6 wide on the restarts, it always provides some of the best racing all year long, and today should be no different. Hello everybody, I'm Eric Burton here from March 531, here to deliver you full coverage of today's Auto Club 400, a 36-lap event for today's Sunday afternoon race. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Cup Series as we will wrap up our Auto Club coverage here this afternoon. And we'll be shifting our focus to next weekend as we will head to the Phoenix International Raceway, formerly known as ISM Raceway. And then we will conclude our West Coast swing there. And then we will head off to the Atlanta Motor Speedway on the East Coast, followed by the Homestead Miami Speedway in just 2 weeks from now, or 3 weeks from now. And now we take a look at the front row. We see William Byron on the pole, leading the field of green in his Hendrick Chevrolet, alongside Martin Truex Jr. in his Bass Pro Shops Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. The top 10 is pretty evenly divided by all 3 manufacturers. We have Chevrolets, we have Fords, and Toyotas, all scattered throughout the top 10. That is all you need to know for today's pre-race show, and let's sit down trackside for today's opening ceremonies. Round number 3 of the 2020 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series brings us here to Fontana, California, home of the Auto Club Speedway for today's Auto Club 400. Today, 40 of the best drivers in stock car racing will take the green flag, with William Byron on the pole for the 6th time in his Cup Series. As the drivers will fire up their cars, time to show you your Monster Energy starting grid for today's Auto Club 400. Race number 1, like we said, it is William Byron, still seeking his first career Cup Series win, alongside former series champion Martin Truex, still seeking his first Auto Club victory. Row 2, another Toyota with the number 20 of Eric Jones, who enters this race with 2 consecutive top 10 finishes to start out 2020, with Alex Bowman carrying the Valvoline colors this weekend. Race number 3, the Motorcraft Ford of Matthew Benedetto with his best Auto Club start, alongside the Rocket Man Ryan Newman on his outside. Row 4, Austin Dillon, a 2-time pole sitter here at Auto Club Speedway with the American Ethanol Chevrolet. On the outside, rookie Christopher Bell, the highest rookie on the grid. Row 5 is Denny Hamlin, who's been close to winning here a couple of times, but yet to succeed. Let's start next to Eric Almirola in the 10, rounding out the top 10. Row 6, it is last week's winner, the 18 of Kyle Busch, a 4-time Auto Club winner, next to Jimmy Johnson making one last appearance at his home racetrack. Row 7 is Chris Buescher in his Sunny D Ford Mustang, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 47. Row 8, Ryan Blaney ran in yesterday's Xfinity Series race, with Clint Bowyer still seeking his first top 25 finish in 2020. Row 9 is Bowyer's teammate Kevin Harvick in the 4, and Ryan Preece in the 37. Row 10, Chase Elliott driving the Kelly Blue Book Chevrolet for this year's Daytona 500 champion Kurt Busch. Row 11, Ty Dillon, who's had a rough start of the year in the number 13, as has rookie Cole Custer in the 41. Row 12 is Tyler Reddick driving the RCR number 8, and 2017 Auto Club winner Kyle Larson. Row 13 is former Auto Club winner Brad Keselowski back in 25th place, alongside fellow Ford driver Michael McDowell in the 34. Row number 14, it is Corey LaJoie with Dude Wipes on the hood this weekend, alongside Joey Logano mired back in 28th place. Row 15, it is Bubba Wallace in the number 43 for the King Richard Petty, alongside John Hunter Nemechek making his first career Cup Series start here at Auto Club. Row 16, speaking of their first Auto Club appearance, rookie Quinn Houff will start 31st alongside the 96 of Daniel Suarez. Row 17, Reed Sorensen opening up the year with the 2 straight top 20 finishes, alongside Ross Chastain in the number 77. Row 18, Garrett Smithley in the Jacob Company's 51, alongside teammate J.J. Yaley, who scored a top 10 back here in his rookie year, 2006. Row 19, Joey Gase in the number 52 alongside Brendan Poole with sponsorship from Mad Vapes on the board on the hood this weekend. And rounding out the field of 40 competitors, Timmy Hill in the number 66 and Josh Balicki in the 53. Your stage format this weekend, 40 laps are divided up into 3 stages. Stage 1 will be 10 laps, Stage 2 will be 10 laps, and the final stage will be a 20-lap run to the finish. William Byron and Martin Truex Jr. front row, Eric Jones and Alex Bowman on row number 2. Coming off the turn number 4, and it will be the field in the hands of William Byron and Martin Truex Jr. Coming down the line, green flag is in the air, and we are racing here in the Auto Club 400. Down into turn 1 they go. Here comes Eric Jones, making a 3 wide on the inside lane as they come off turn number 2 for the first time today. A nice run off the corner by Martin Truex Jr. propels him alongside the 24 of Byron as they race off into turn 3. Benedetto in the middle, Eric Jones on the bottom, Alex Bowman up top as they're 4 wide behind. At the line, give it to the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. And look at Denny Hamlin driving deep in the corner. He qualified outside the top 5 around, I believe 9th place is where he started, and he is already up to 3rd place as he had a great turn 1 last time by, as we saw the 95 of Christopher Bell get in the wall off turn 2, and he lost a lot of time in that 95 car. Tough break for Christopher Bell, who had a top 10 starting spot. But up front, it is Martin Truex, William Byron, and Denny Hamlin, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, with Matthew Benedetto and Eric Jones, your top 5. First battle on track is for 6th place. Alex Bowman has it. Ryan Newman wants it, but that's Alan Morella in the 10 pushing Bowman, possibly by the 20 of Eric Jones. So what was a battle for 6th could be a battle for 5th place, as Bowman still on the outside of Eric Jones, but looks like the 20 will clear the 88 on corner exit. Battle for 2nd now. Denny Hamlin working on the 24 of William Byron for 2nd place. Ryan Newman goes by Alan Morella and Bowman. Here comes the 18 of Kyle Busch, the 1 of Kurt Busch. Behind them, the 17 of Chris Buescher. He's been pretty fast all weekend long. Really, both of the Roush Fenway Ford Mustangs, Ryan Newman and Chris Buescher. And old Buescher almost got into Kevin Harvick, but it looks like it may have even helped Kevin Harvick, as he is now goes top to bottom, make it 3 wide on the 18 of Kyle Busch and the 88 of Alex Bowman. And we have just got some developing news from the garage, where one driver was unable to take the green flag, and that was the 53 of Josh Balicki, making his first start of the year. We just got word that he has already taken his car behind the wall, as he did not even get to take the green flag. And we're hearing Josh Balicki is done for the day. Tough break for the 53 of Balicki, who is looking to make his first Cup start of the year. But his day ends before it even started here from Auto Club. But right now, it is the Joe Gibbs Racing Show here at the front. You have Gibbs 1st and 2nd, with Eric Jones on the inside for 4th place, going by the 21 of Matthew Benedetto. And then Kyle Busch in the 18 also up here inside the top 10 as well, right in front of the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Another driver on the move, Brad Keselowski, started back in 25th place. He's already up here inside the top 15, going by the 3 of Austin Dillon and possibly the 9 of Chase Elliott, and maybe the 88 of Alex Bowman as well. Nice corner there by Brad Keselowski. Now remember, this is a 10-lap stage. We are right now on lap number 7 of 10. We have 4 laps to go here in stage number 1, as Denny Hamlin is now your leader, Martin Truex and William Byron, your top 3 here at Auto Club. Eric Jones and Matthew Benedetto, your top 5. Then it's Al Morella, Kyle Busch, Harvick, Newman, and Kurt Busch, your top 10. And as far as I'm concerned, I believe 3 drivers have finished in the top 10 in both the Daytona 500 as well as Auto Club. Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, as well as Eric Jones. We'll see if they can continue that momentum here through Auto Club. But as Denny Hamlin tries to drive away, it is Truex, Byron, and Jones right in the tire tracks of the number 11. Kurt Busch still on the inside of Ryan Newman for 9th place. Brad Keselowski now trying to get inside the top 10 in that 2 car. So that 2 car is on the move. 25th now, almost inside the top 10 within 8 laps. But the progress he's making, though, cannot be replicated by his other teammate, Joey Logano, in that 22. He is only up to 23rd place in that AAA Mustang for Joey Logano, as he's on the inside of Clint Bowyer, right behind the 48 of Jimmy Johnson, who drifted back in the early stages of this race. Eric Jones still on the inside of William Byron, trying to get that 3rd spot away. Up top, here comes the 18 of Kyle Busch as DiBenedetto got loose. Here comes Harvick on the inside. And Kyle Busch scrapes the wall off turn 4, and it will be white flag in the air for Denny Hamlin here in stage number 1. Almost won here back in 2013 until a last lap crash, more like a last corner crash, with Joey Logano, which sent Denny Hamlin to the hospital and has not been able to go to victory lane. Could this be the day for Denny Hamlin? But he has to hold off Martin Truex, who's been closing in right now. He is under a half a second behind when they come off turn 4. It is Joe Gibbs Racing 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. But Denny Hamlin will win stage number 1 here in the Auto Club 400 with Martin Truex, Eric Jones, Kevin Harvick, and pole center William Byron in the top 5. Running out your top 10, Eric Almirola, Matt DiBenedetto, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, and Brad Keselowski. Your top 10, they will be getting stage points and 1 additional playoff point for the FedEx number 11 of Denny Hamlin. Back here at Auto Club, getting set for stage number 2 with Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr. front row. Eric Jones, Kevin Harvick, and William Byron in top 5. 39 of the 40 competitors are still on track, but we do have trouble for the 13 of Ty Dillon. He is on pit lane in his Geico Chevrolet, as he will not be able to take the green flag with the leaders, Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex, as we are back underway. And Ty Dillon has had a rough start to 2020, a poor finish in the Daytona 500, another poor finish last weekend at Las Vegas, and now it looks like he'll be going a lap down early here at Auto Club, as Hamlin has the lead over Martin Truex. That's Eric Jones on the inside trying to take that spot away. But Kevin Harvick had a nice run off the corner, pushed by his own teammate Eric Almirola. Go down into turn number 3. Here comes Harvick on the inside for 2nd place. As once again, we're 4 wide. That's Kyle Busch on the bottom, Almirola in the wall, Kurt Busch and Chase Elliott in the middle. And it is Denny Hamlin in front. But look at this, 4-5 wide, almost through the entire front half of the pack. That's what makes Auto Club so different from any other track on the schedule. The amount of grooves you can run at this track is unbelievable, which provides some of the best racing on the restarts. Racing that really makes you hold your breath and think to yourself, will they make it back? And look at this right here, 4 wide again. Kyle Busch, Elliott, Almirola, and Keselowski, and almost 5 wide back here. But up front, you saw the 4, Kevin Harvick, working on the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Now we have a battle for the top spot. That's Kevin Harvick to the inside for the lead, and he will take it away, possibly from the 11 of Hamlin. Can Hamlin hold on the outside, though? He's got a nice run off the corner. We've seen that all day long. Get a nice launch down the corner. Carries all the way down that back straightaway, and he's on the outside of Kevin Harvick, trying to maintain the lead. Martin Truex Jr., Eric Jones, and William Byron. Oh, DiBenedetto sideways off turn 4, but at the line, it looks like Harvick will be the leader, and he will lead that lap. But Hamlin's still there on his outside. But this time, Harvick drives it deep into the corner, packs it down in there, and he will take over the top spot away from Denny Hamlin, now under attack from his teammate Eric Jones in the 20. Kurt Busch in the 1 car. Matt DiBenedetto 21. Eric Almirola 10. Here comes Busch to the inside of DiBenedetto. As DiBenedetto goes to the inside of William Byron. And old Byron scrapes the wall off turn 4. It's so easy when you're running that high line coming off turn number 4 where you can get sometimes too high, where you get out into the marbles and just get that car extremely loose. And we saw that there with William Byron, as Kyle Busch is now trying to make his way into the top 5. That would put Joe Gibbs Racing 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th if Kyle Busch can get there. Here's Chase Elliott on the inside of the 42 of Kyle Larson. He's been making his way back up towards the front. Ryan Blaney in the 12. There's Brad Keselowski. He's lost some spots on this restart. There's Tyler Reddick. Another big loser so far in this stage has been the 10 of Eric Almirola, now down in 15th place. Clint Boyer, Ryan Newman, Austin Dillon, Joey Logano, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. That is your top 20 as we look deeper in the field. Jimmy Johnson, Michael McDowell, Daniel Suarez. There's the 15 of Brennan Poole. Quinn Houff, Reed Sorensen, Chastain, Smithley, J.J. Yaley, Timmy Hill, and Joey Gase. And there's Ty Dillon. He is back on track, but he is only 2 laps down to leader Denny Hamlin. And unless he gets a caution here pretty soon, he may go a 3rd lap down. But Denny Hamlin, though, starting to come back and put pressure on the 4 of Kevin Harvick. And we will have 3 laps to go next time by. And the caution lights are on. We are under yellow here at Auto Club. And it involves the 15 of Brennan Poole. Heavy rear end damage on the Mad Vape Chevrolet of Brennan Poole. And Reed Sorensen, his own teammates, involved. And he has heavy smoke coming out of the 27. That will put us under caution for the first time today due to a crash. And that is terminal damage on the 27. He will take that car behind the wall. That will end Reed Sorensen's day, who had a great top 10 run in the Daytona 500. Another top 20 effort last weekend at Las Vegas, but it looks like he will finish 39th this afternoon. Tough break for the Peachtree City, Georgia native, Reed Sorensen. But this caution came out with about 3 laps to go, and we are not going to be able to go back green here in this stage, which means Kevin Harvick will be picking up a stage win here in the 4, his first stage win of the year for Kevin Harvick. One of the hometown heroes from Bakersfield, California, will win stage 2 over Denny Hamlin, Eric Jones, Martin Truex, and Kurt Busch, your top 5. Matt DiBenedetto, Kyle Busch, Chris Buescher, Chase Elliott, and Kyle Larson will come out of stage 2 with more stage points towards the championship. And we'll be back here for stage 3 in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at the replay of what put us under yellow here at the end of stage 2. Tell you this, I do not believe the 15 of Brennan Poole is going to be too happy with the 0-0 of Quinn Houff. This is a battle for 31st place on the track. And you see, they're coming off turn number 2. That's Brennan Poole. He's on the inside of the 37 of Ryan Preece, who had just gotten in the wall. And Poole goes to the inside, but here comes Quinn Houff right on his rear bumper and ends up turning the 15 car around on the corner exit of turn 2 right into the path of Poole's teammate Reed Sorensen, who has nowhere to go. Runs right into the rear of the 15 of Brennan Poole. Brennan making his first Auto Club start here in the Cup Series. Making his 3rd career start overall. Driving the number 15, and looks like his day, at least being competitive, pretty much over, as the day is over for Reed Sorensen, who had nowhere to go. And you hate to see that, you hate to see somebody get involved in someone else's mess and end up getting the worst of it. And that's what we see with Reed Sorensen as we take one more look at it. Brennan Poole and Quinn Houff. And around goes 15 and right in front of Sorensen. And that will put us under yellow. Technically for the 2nd time today, but the first time due to a on-track accident. Kevin Harvick will be your leader, and that was a big break for Ty Dillon. He was 2 laps down, about to go a 3rd lap down, but since he was the only car off the lead lap, Ty Dillon will get the free pass and get 1 of his 2 laps back here at Auto Club. We are back live here at the Auto Club Speedway, getting set for the finish of the Auto Club 400, race number 3 of the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series, getting ready for the final stage here with a 20-lap green flag run, possibly a green flag run to the finish. Question is, will we see another yellow? Reed Sorensen took his car behind the wall. He is done for the day, along with the 53 of Josh Bilicki, giving us 38 cars on track. 37 on the lead lap. Ty Dillon is still 1 lap down in the Geico Chevrolet. Next weekend we had a Phoenix International Raceway, but next on-track activity on this channel will be the ARCA Menard Series coming back for their 2nd race of the year. First race since Daytona for the series. That will be next Friday night here on March of 531 as Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin brings us back to the green flag, and we are underway once again. Pretty good even start by the front row, Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin. That's Eric Jones on the inside, Martin Truex on the outside. Ooh, Kyle Busch sideways in the 18. You see the 18 out of check up, and here comes the 9 of Chase Elliott to the inside. Eric Jones sideways off the corner. Help from the 1 of Kurt Busch. As they come off turn number 4, Matt DiBenedetto goes way wide in turn 3, goes out the track, opens up the door for the 20 or the 17 of Chris Buescher. It is to 4, Kevin Harvick trying to scoot away from Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex. And they are 4 wide almost back here. Chris Buescher up the track. Here comes Brad Keselowski in the middle. Kyle Larson on the outside in the 42 car. And Larson takes that spot away from Eric Jones. Further back, Almirola up the track. Here comes William Byron, the 24 by. Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick. 4 wide again, that's Clint Boyer in the 14. Ryan Newman, Jimmy Johnson, Joe Logano, and DiBenedetto scraping the wall down the front straightaway. But up front, here comes Keselowski now to the inside of Kyle Larson. We got some new players up here with the 42 and the 2 car. 2 drivers who we know have very fast race cars, but just unable to work their way up through the traffic as they probably would have liked to. Although Keselowski did make a lot of time up in stage number 1, but he lost spots though in stage number 2. And Larson scraping the wall off turn number 4. So it is still Harvick, Hamlin, and Martin Truex, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, as Keselowski trying to get 4th away from Kyle Larson. Chris Buescher, Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, and William Byron in the top 10. Another driver who lost quite a few spots on that restart, the 20 of Eric Jones, outside the top 10 now in his Stanley Tools Toyota. And Keselowski now working on the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. That is 3rd place as Denny Hamlin now going for the lead on Kevin Harvick. Coming down to the line, it will now be 16 laps to go here at Auto Club. Kevin Harvick on the outside, Denny Hamlin on the inside. Here comes Keselowski for 3rd place. He goes by the 19 of Martin Truex. From the spectator view, down the back straightaway they go. Now Brad Keselowski looking to the inside of Denny Hamlin for 2nd. Behind them, Chris Buescher, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, and William Byron. And now Keselowski gets by Hamlin and now gets alongside the 4 Harvick. From nowhere, outside the top 10, towards the lead goes Brad Keselowski. Kyle Larson, another driver who's able to work his way up inside the top 5. Same with the 17. A great run by Chris Buescher in that 17 car. This is the best we've seen that 17 car in quite a while. Chris Buescher taking over the driving duties from Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And Keselowski takes the lead away from Kevin Harvick, who tries to fight back on the inside. Harvick has a little bit of a push from Kyle Larson, but now Harvick pulls back in line behind the 2 of Keselowski. And now Larson drives by the 4 Harvick, so it'll be Keselowski, Larson, Harvick, Hamlin, and Buescher. And then it's Truex, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, and a great run by Tyler Reddick here inside the top 10. On the inside of William Byron, and there's another driver on the move, the 48, Jimmy Johnson. Grabbed his first career win in the Cup Series here back in 2002, his home racetrack. As Byron got in the wall off turn 4 and opens up the door for Logano and Clint Bowyer. And Eric Jones is dropping like a rock. He's down to 15th place now in that 20 car. He is going nowhere. You have to think maybe he has a tire going down. Maybe just the handling certainly got away on the 20 of Eric Jones. Matt DiBenedetto, 21 now under attack from Ryan Blaney. The 21's lost a lot of spots here in stage number 2, in the final stage. Ryan Blaney, Eric Almirola, Ryan Newman all started inside the top 10. So did the 3 of Austin Dillon and the 88 of Alex Bowman. But here they are mired back outside the top 15 and outside the top 20. There's rookie contender Cole Custer. He won the Xfinity Series race here at Auto Club 1 year ago, but right now 23rd is where he stands. Corey LaJoie now goes by Michael McDowell for 24th. Then it's Suarez 26, Ryan Preece, John Hunter Nemechek, Bubba Wallace, and Christopher Bell. We saw Bell get in the wall on lap number 2 of the race, and he jumped outside the top 25, and he's not recovered at all. He is still 30th right now in that 95 car. Quinn Houff, Ross Chastain, Garrett Smithley, JJ Yaley, Timmy Hill. There's Joey Gase and Brendan Poole, who was involved in that crash off turn number 2, is right now in 37th place. Back up front, though, as we are coming down to 10 laps to go. Right now, it is a battle between Brad Keselowski and Kyle Larson, another California driver. Top 2 have both won here before. Keselowski, a 2-time winner. Kyle Larson won here back in 2017. Chris Buescher now got in the wall. Here comes Kurt Busch by in the 1 car. And Jimmy Johnson, that 48 car coming to the front as well. That 48, he was outside the top 20, and here he is showing up inside the top 10. Joey Logano also right here in the top 10 in the 22. And something happened to the 18 of Kyle Busch. He has dropped all the way down to 13th place, battling his teammate Eric Jones. We believe the 18 may have gotten in the wall. That's why he is out here struggling to remain inside the top 15 as Eric Almirola now goes to his inside. 9 laps to go, now 8 laps to go here at Auto Club. Kyle Larson right in the tire tracks of the 2 of Keselowski. We saw Martin Truex get out in the lead, but then we saw Denny Hamlin take the lead as Kurt Busch sideways off turn number 2. We saw Denny Hamlin take the lead in stage 1, never really gave it back. He was able to hold off, and then Kevin Harvick came back in stage number 2, grabbed the lead, and was able to hang on. And now we're seeing the same thing out of Brad Keselowski, but the question is, can he hold off a hard-charging Kyle Larson? There's Brendan Poole. He's about 2, almost 3 seconds slower than leader Brad Keselowski, and have to believe with coming down to 7 to go this time by. Have to think maybe will we get into lap traffic here before this race is over? And lap traffic can always come into play on who wins a race. It is Keselowski and Larson. Then we have the battle between Harvick and Hamlin, and then the duo of Kurt Busch and Jimmy Johnson. And then we have this foursome with Truex, Chris Buescher, Chase Elliott, and Joey Logano. That is now your top 10. Great rebound by Logano. He was outside the top 25 for a while in this race, and here he is. Methodically worked his way now inside the top 10, right behind Chase Elliott. Tyler Reddick he is having the best run of the rookies right now in 11th. William Byron, Clint Bowyer, Matt DiBenedetto, and Eric Almirola. And you see Kyle Busch has dropped now down to 19th place. Not sure what in the world has happened to the 18 car, but Kyle Busch is like off the pace. Just trying to hang on at this point in that Interstate Batteries Toyota. New paint scheme for Interstate Batteries this year. And Kyle Busch won this race 1 year ago, so he is really struggling in that number 18 car. Kyle Larson, though, still on the bumper with that Worth Ford Mustang. It is Ford, Chevrolet, Ford, Toyota, and Chevrolet, as now the 48's got around the one of Kurt Busch. So move Jimmie Johnson inside the top 5. And Kyle Larson, like, let's go on board with the 42 of Kyle Larson. You see Kyle Larson trying to stick his nose just a little bit below the two of Keselowski to try to get a little bit of air on that nose to help him turn throughout the corner. You have to believe, though, maybe Kyle Larson should just try to get lower. Just try to get to his inside in the corner and see if he can get maybe a slide job on the 2 car. 4th place now, Denny Hamlin and Jimmie Johnson battling for the 4th spot. Hamlin keeps it over the 48. Now Martin Truex going after Kurt Busch in the 1 for 6th place on the track. And right up ahead of Brad Keselowski is to 15 of Brennan Poole. And we have 3 laps to go this time by for Brad Keselowski. So these guys will catch the 15. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 laps to go. This time by, they will catch the 15 of Brennan Poole before this race is over. We saw last week at Las Vegas in the Xfinity Series race, Chase Briscoe got held up in lap traffic in the final lap in turn 1. Lost all his momentum, allowed Justin Allgaier to sneak to his outside and win the race. Could we see maybe a replica of that here this afternoon? But Keselowski good news for Keselowski, he cut him off turn number 2 on the exit, and he's able to go to the inside without getting held up. But Kyle Larson got held up in the 42. And that's what Keselowski needs. The 15 holding up the 42. Here comes Hamlin 3-1 on the inside. What a move by Denny Hamlin off turn 4. He'll take second away as Larson scrapes the wall off turn 4. White flag is in the air for Brad Keselowski, sponsored by Credit One Bank. It's now Keselowski, Hamlin, and Larson. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd with Kevin Harvick. And now Kurt Busch goes by the 48 for 5th place. Logano gets through the lap traffic, goes by the 19 and the 17. There's Chase Elliott, and rounding out the top 10 is the 9 of Chase Elliott. But up front now, it is all Brad Keselowski with new crew chief Jeremy Bullins on top of the pit box. That's had a great start of the year, and it's going to get even better from here. As they come off turn 4, Brad Keselowski comes to the line, and he wins the Auto Club 400. A side-by-side battle for 2nd place between Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson. Give it to Hamlin. He will finish 2nd over Kyle Larson. And Jimmie Johnson comes back to get 4th place. And Kevin Harvick will run out your top 5 in the 4. He is in 5th at the conclusion of this race. What a finish that was. Lap traffic came into play with Brennan Poole. Didn't necessarily hurt Brad Keselowski, but it hurt Kyle Larson as he ended up dropping back to 3rd place. But it helped Denny Hamlin get him a runner-up finish here at Auto Club. And this is a track that we come to once a year. And Denny Hamlin will have to go another year without having a victory here at Auto Club Speedway. But it is a repeat winner at this track with Brad Keselowski, but he is the 3rd different driver to win in 3 races here in 2020. As we take a look at the race results, Brad Keselowski your winner, Denny Hamlin. We only went through the top 5. Then it's Kurt Busch, Joey Logano, Martin Truex. No, not really surprised to see them inside the top 10. But how about Chris Buescher? He was up there all day long and comes home with a top 10 finish in that 17 car. And then Chase Elliott completes your top 10. And the top dozen, Tyler Reddick, a great finish for the rookie. He leads the rookie point standings, and he is 11th with William Byron, your pole center, rounding out the top dozen in the 12th spot. Next page, 13th on back, Clint Boyer, his best finish of the year, 13th. Matty Benedetto, Eric Almirola, Cole Custer, See, Eric Jones dropped all the way down to 17th place. He was inside the top 5 in stage 1 and 2, but he dropped back like a rock, as did his teammate Kyle Busch, who ended up 22nd. And a nice top 25 run by Daniel Suarez in that number 96 for Gaunt Brothers Racing. And then 25th on down, Corey LaJoy, 25th, Ryan Priest, Michael McDowell, 27th, John Hunter Nemechek, Bubba Wallace, and Christopher Bell, your top 30. And the rest of the best. Brennan Poole, 37th, and Ty Dillon, 38th. They were 1 lap down. Reed Silverson out the race with a crash, and Josh Malicki was unable to take the green flag, so he will end up in 40th of the 40 cars here this weekend. We had all 40 cars showed up. Nobody went home in qualifying, and it was a great weekend here at the Auto Club Speedway. And it will get even better as we will remain on the West Coast swing for 1 more week, as we will now head off to the desert, the Phoenix International Raceway, on the new configured track that we have not run yet before here in the mock series on this channel. So we look forward to going there next week, and we will have the ARCA Menard Series race on Friday night with the Xfinity Series on Saturday, and then the Fan Shield 500 next Sunday here on March at 531. Take a little look at the chase grid. We have the Busch brothers, Kurt and Kyle, and now Brad Keselowski will add his name in yellow as the drivers with a win this year, and that will be running for a title here in 2020. All 3 are former series champions of the series. First guy on the outside looking in, Tyler Reddick in the Yates. We will continue our battle for the playoffs next week at Phoenix. So one more time, let's give a congratulations to Michigan native Brad Keselowski. He is the winner of the Auto Club 400, and it is a sweep for Team Penske, because remember, Austin Cindric won yesterday in the 22 with Roger Penske, the captain, and now the captain will get a win here on Sunday with Brad Keselowski. So guys, thank you guys for watching here, and we will see you next weekend at the Phoenix International Raceway. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you next week on March at 531.